Can you hear me okay, George? Now, let's have it, Steve. What about this monster story of yours?
Well, it's big and terrible. It's more frightening than I ever thought possible.
You realize your story's front page all over the country. We want to know what's being done about this monster.
Well, here's your headline.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Ron Deuce.
How goes it, everybody?
And today we got, a few things to talk about. Just basically one little tidbit on, there's recent reports of Blackjack Mulligan being hospitalized. We wish him nothing but the best. Hope he's doing better. I have him on Facebook and been keeping tabs on what's been going on. On Raw, that's why Bray and Bo Dallas wasn't on Raw, because they were given permission to go down there, and they'll be back on. They should be back on Raw by next week. So we wish Blackjack Mulligan nothing but the best. So on other notes, I guess apparently Batista or Vince McMahon was trying to reach Batista on possibly doing a run-in at WrestleMania. Not a run-in per se, but just
an appearance, like
an appearance or something like that. No, just I guess it's like a one-nighter thing, and Batista turned it down.
A couple different times he's turned it down.
He wants nothing to do with it. Well, this was on the night of the Royal Rumble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the night of the Royal Rumble, he was there, and he had a meeting with Vince, and they offered him a deal for a WrestleMania appearance, and apparently he didn't like what the storyline was, so he kind of just said, you know what, no, I'll pass. So I guess reportedly Vince is trying to still get a deal worked out with Batista, but Batista's retraction was, if the storyline fits, I'll do it. So
right.
We don't know. That's just a little tidbit for, this week from what I heard, and the news of Blackjack Mulligan. And also another news, Bret Hart is diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Yes.
And the only good part about it is, and nothing's really good about cancer.
No, nothing.
But the only good thing that came out of it was that it is treatable. He found out that it's treatable and that he can be able to, cure it. And, he's another one we wish the best. He was the best, in that
best
era.
There ever will be.
And best there ever will be. And, he's another one that we wish nothing but the best. So, all right. So on Raw, lots to talk about on Raw. In the beginning segment, I guess, Brock came out with Paul Heyman. And
Jesus.
I don't know. I feel like they're trying to turn Brock into a baby face.
I kind of like the fact that they're making him seem like a tweener. Like one week he could be legitimized as a heel, and then the next week legitimized as the face, or the next week he could be legitimized as just beating the hell out of everybody.
Yeah,
but it's not making sense.
Well, but you gotta. I don't know if you noticed too, but it's just like Paul didn't really sound like he had. He wanted to say something, but it felt like his hands were tied behind his back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I mean, I don't know what kind of run that they're trying to get with Brock. It could always, like I said, everything from this point on through Fastlane, it's going to lead up to WrestleMania. So I don't know what's going on with that, especially because of the fact that Dean Ambrose came out and got on the mic, and I'm shocked that he was still standing there at that point. I mean, obviously, we all know what happened at the end of Raw, but, why was that even still allowed? I don't get it. I just don't understand.
It made Brock look weak.
It did.
Like, I'm not knocking Dean Ambrose in any way, shape, or form here whatsoever, but, you don't have a guy his size, and again, not knocking him, try to get right in Brock Lesnar's face like that and not have him get beat down.
Yeah.
I understand there's a possible psychology thing there, like Brock could be playing games or however it's coming out to be, but it just made Brock Lesnar look weak.
Yeah.
But it made Ambrose look strong.
I don't even think it did make him look strong. Because to me, he's supposed to be like this, lunatic fringe or whatever, and he doesn't look like somebody that's gone crazy. He looks like a normal Joe wearing jeans and a freaking t-shirt, and he's just out there just ready for a fight. I don't think that the term lunatic means somebody that's been in the loony bin or it's just downright crazy. And he's just, to me, is just not fitting that profile. He's not fitting that profile. He's just like I don't want to say street thug, but he's just, to me, he looks like a normal Joe that just wants to fight. I'm shocked that they even did that segment. But then again, going back a little bit, when he did that, when he interrupted Kevin Owens, and he threw the popcorn in his face and threw the drink in his face, it's like, that's like a heel move to me. And Kevin Owens just stood there. So it's not
Owens
like
look weak,
right. So this isn't the first time that they did this with him, and then now he did it with Brock. It's like, I don't know. I was just iffy about that whole situation that happened. So I don't know. To me, it looks like it could be a setup too for WrestleMania. That could be a setup for WrestleMania for Dean versus Brock. Would that be a good match though?
I would rather see that than Reigns and Brock, and I'm not knocking Roman Reigns here. I mean, he's getting a bunch of stuff already dumped on him, so
Yeah.
he could probably use a break from that. He wouldn't mind the breather, but I would prefer to see the Dean Ambrose Brock Lesnar match. Only if I could just say because of one thing, because of that segment on Raw. Because if I was Brock, I'd just want to beat him to a pulp.
Yep.
But it would make an interesting match, because Ambrose can pull off pretty much whatever they want him to do.
Yeah,
But
But I don't know. We'll see where they go with it. I mean, as of right now, the only match that I heard of right now is just the triple threat for the number one contendership at Fastlane, which is Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. So we'll see what happens after that. And you know what? And just going off too a little bit is that the one thing I did notice is that Triple H is your new heavyweight champion. Now, back in the day, when you were the heavyweight champion, you had to defend that title every 30 days. So, he just won this title back in January, because we are in February. That means he's not going to defend that title till April, till WrestleMania, because he's not fighting in Fastlane. He's not going to defend. He's not going to defend that title anytime soon.
Right.
So, why does that rule not apply with him? And I don't want to hear, he's authority. No, stop. Please stop with that. Because they've touched on that when who was it that got hurt? Well, there was a few people that got hurt. Daniel Bryan, that happened to him twice. Granted, it was due to an injury, but the excuse was always he will not be able to defend it within those 30-day grace period or whatever. So we have to strip it off. Okay, well, it's the same thing. It should be the same thing with Triple H. He's not going to defend it anytime soon until WrestleMania.
And another situation they brought up with who you didn't back in the day, you really didn't think was going to be able to defend a title. I'll go real old school here. Is WrestleMania 2 when Hulk Hogan was, or around WrestleMania 2 when Hulk Hogan was injured by King Kong Bundy and Don Morocco.
Yep.
Nobody thought Hogan would be back in time to defend his title. So that's another. Going with the Daniel Bryan situation there.
Yeah. But not only that, I think Wade Barrett had happened to too, didn't he? Because he had injured his shoulder, and he was Intercontinental Champion at the time, and they did the Battle Royal.
Yep.
Was it a Battle Royal? Yeah, it was a Battle Royal. It was a Battle Royal. And so he had to relinquish the title.
Another one was Shawn Michaels and Dean Douglas.
Yeah.
Shane Douglas, Dean Douglas, however you'd like to refer to him as.
Yeah.
When Michaels got beat up by the guys in Syracuse, that he was legitimately physically unable to compete, and he had to hand it over.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just,
that's Triple H should lose it like either on a house show or have some. Not that Triple H has been on a house show since '95, but
Yeah.
but seriously, he should drop it or the house show or drop it to an NXT guy or someone that's already up on the main roster that could have weekly or at least monthly title matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll just see. I mean, I just thought it was interesting that nobody has touched up on that. Is the fact that he has not, well, he will not defend that title up until WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the next pay-per-view, because obviously the main event is Roman, Dean, and Brock. You know, for the number one contendership. So I don't know. I just really don't understand that part of it. So
I'm total agreement with you on that.
So anyway. Raw, I guess it was Kalisto versus Rusev. That was really not. I mean,
Kalisto was okay. Rusev trying to keep up with Kalisto and doing Kalisto like moves.
And you know what?
just-
That's what it looked like to me. It was that he was trying to keep up with Kalisto. You know, Kalisto's too fast for him.
Right. Rusev can do that stuff, but he's not going to be able to do it in the speed or the timing that Kalisto would.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a pointless match in that sense. It was okay for what it was. I miss the old school count out finishes. There's not enough of them.
Well, that's what happened. It was a count.
Yeah.
It was a no contest. They said or something.
No,
like
it's Rusev got counted out.
Is that? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah.
You know, it's refreshing to see that, but you know,
Yeah. But anyway, Kalisto ended up winning that match. I don't know. Does he even? No, they haven't really done a storyline with him.
not yet.
No.
Maybe
So,
the Kalisto you talk about.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the whole Del Rio thing would be considered a storyline, but not really. But other than that,
Yeah,
I can't
but
think of anything.
I think they're squashed with that, aren't they? Especially now because Del Rio's hurt.
Well, no, Del Rio is facing Kalisto at Fastlane.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot they announced that.
Kalisto Del Rio 4.
Oh my god, why do they keep doing that? I have no idea. Anyway,
To give Kalisto something to do until Sin Cara comes back.
yeah, but then what? What they're
Exactly. They're going to bury
You know,
him
the
again,
only
probably.
the only two things that can happen: either what's his name? His partner, Kalisto's partner,
Sin Cara?
He can either, turn on Kalisto and, probably have a little jealousy thing going on, or have Kalisto lose the belt and then them two go for the tag titles. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of. I mean, when does he do back Sin Cara?
No, not right now. No.
But he just had a dislocated shoulder, right?
Right. And that's usually like, what, 6 to 8 weeks they're usually out?
I think so. Yeah. So
he
I
can
don't know
come
what the
back at
damage
any
was.
time
Was
now.
that so? Huh?
I mean, he could come back at any time.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know the extent of if there was any heavy damage to it. So for him to be out for that long, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Right now, I'm just really hoping that they put an end to it at Fastlane with Kalisto and Del Rio. So
I think with Del Rio's injured back, they may, squash it for now and when Del
or
Rio's
tease it
healthy.
up until then.
Right, exactly.
Like they're known to do. So, but anyway, what was interesting to me too was on Raw, there was a segment where Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns were talking in the back, and then Stephanie McMahon came out, and it seemed like she was stirring the pot a little bit.
Yep.
And Roman, obviously he knew, and he was mentioning it, and I thought it was funny how Dean came out and said he was, first of all, you're the sidekick, not me.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I thought that was funny.
And Reigns even cracked up with that, too.
Yeah. I mean, it was meant to happen that way. It wasn't like he broke character. But, I mean, you think they're teasing the fact, too, of Roman turning heel? Or maybe Dean turning heel? With that little segment there?
The pot, like you said about Stephanie, the pot has been stirred.
Yeah.
The foundation
No, but
was laid down. But, I mean, it could be.
As a teaser on who
As a
would
teaser.
turn heel.
Yeah. I got a feeling that Ambrose should go heel soon. And I think it'd be better for him to get away from Reigns. Because you've seen with Ambrose being alone, huge.
Yeah.
And that's not knocking Reigns, but he needs to get away from Reigns. He needs, his own
Yeah.
identity.
Who? Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But then also, too, earlier in the program, they showed Brock Lesnar backstage, and then Triple H came out.
Yeah. Punking out Brock
You know,
Lesnar. Why? He already did it. You already punked him out in the beginning of the show. Why do it at midway?
Yeah. Well, Dean, but then it was just weird to me that Triple H would just, come out during, that segment with Brock. I don't, maybe that was a teaser too, that maybe it might be Brock versus Triple H, or, I don't know. There was a lot of weird things that happened on Raw that I'm hoping at least by Fastlane that it'll all get straightened out.
I'd like to know a little more.
Because it's like I said, I'm always used to the fact of having, they always did where at the Rumble, boom, Road to WrestleMania, and the storylines went on. It was either brand new storylines or a storyline that's been started like the last few weeks before Rumble, and it's just going to keep on going until Mania. That's what I'm used to. And then even with the pay-per-views, it's still reflected on WrestleMania. Granted, this one is too, but it's not like how it used to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when, for instance, I don't remember. I think it was Steve Austin was involved, where they had both were eliminated and they both touched the ground first.
Kind of like the Bret Hart Lex Luger thing in the Rumble.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
That's one instant, and then it carried on to that's why they had that next pay-per-view. Or there was another one where they did like a whoever was the final four at the Rumble, they ended up fighting at the pay-per-view, because I forgot what happened.
Or is even the next night in Raw they had a match to determine what the true... No, it was the next pay-per-view?
It was that they set it up for the next pay-per-view because something I forgot what, I have to look it up. And if anybody else knows what it is, you guys know what I'm talking about. So things like that's what I'm used to seeing. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm used to, watching. And then now it's like, okay, it's like Rumble, it doesn't feel like a road to WrestleMania. It's like a road to Fastlane, and then they're going to start from there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's no build up.
No.
There's no build up. To me, there's no build up at all. So
I have to agree.
And also it was the Social Outcast came out. I'm kind of digging that gimmick. I think it's I think people's got to give it time. Not a lot of people's giving it time, but they fought against the Usos.
Yeah.
The people, I think from Social Outcast, it was Heath and Curtis Axel, because Bo Dallas wasn't there because of what happened with Blackjack Mulligan, and it was just a regular, typical tag match. That was
actually it was. I thought it was going to be Slater because I went and watched him down the ring, but Adam Rose was the one that got up in the apron with Curtis Axel. What was that all about?
He interfered.
Oh, I thought he was there.
No, he interfered. That's how they ended up losing. So yeah, and then now we got. Of course, we cannot go without talking about AJ Styles. There was the segment with the Miz TV. Of course, AJ was the guest on Miz TV. Mm-hmm. Gave AJ no mic time whatsoever. He does okay on the mic. I don't know why they're shying him away from the mic. He does okay. Yeah. He's not the greatest, but he does okay. He can hold his own as far as the interview goes. So I don't know why lately they've been like taking the mic away from him.
I don't understand that one bit. In my opinion, it made their huge acquisition, of AJ Styles and all the hype. Mm-hmm. That to me, that was something that just like put him on the back burner for a second. It's like, wow, you got all this hype of AJ coming in. Well, what was the point of the Miz? Like, so AJ, how do you? No, you just don't do that.
Yeah, especially I don't know. To me, it was lately like the last 2 times we saw AJ. The first time he was involved with Chris Jericho, and then this time he's involved with the Miz. Both times it's like they're trying to punk him. It's trying to make him look like he's like a. I say the Daniel Bryan treatment, I guess. And it's like, no, the guy's been wrestling for quite a long time. He does okay mic work. He can, like I said, he can hold his own. He's not bad and he's not good, but he can still hold his own. Give him that chance. Just let him go. It's like they're trying to hold him. I feel that way, anyways. It's that they're trying to hold him back. So, it was cool that he ended up beating the crap out of him.
Which I'm not gonna lie.
So that was a good thing. That was a really good thing. So I kind of dug that. We'll see where it goes. Actually, tonight is SmackDown, so it's going to be The Miz versus AJ Styles, and we'll see what happens after that. That should be a good match, though.
I mean, Miz can have great matches.
Yeah.
His gimmick, his I don't like his talking very much. It's annoying, but that's what the character's for. But I like The Miz's wrestling. I think he can be a lot better than they're giving him a chance to be.
Yeah.
And he's pulled off good matches in the past.
Of course. I mean, he wouldn't have been heavyweight champion.
He wouldn't have beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If he wasn't something, regardless of what the fans think. If the company didn't see
and I can't stand The Miz. Don't get and it's not. It has nothing to do with how he wrestles or his. I just don't. I don't like him. He seems very cocky and arrogant, and I've heard stories too that's how he really is backstage. And when he first got there, he was even worse. And of course, there was a little treatment that was done to him, and to snap him out of that. And,
he's too MTV for WWE.
Yeah, but you know what though, he's still there, so he must be doing something right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see. Then there was a Divas match. It was Brie Bella versus Charlotte, and weird thing is Brie won clean. So I don't know what is going on with the Divas division. They're trying to redo it again, restructure it. I don't know, but apparently now, from what I've heard, and it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be announced tonight on SmackDown, that she is going to go after Charlotte for the title at Fastlane.
Now, where does that leave Sasha Banks in the middle of all this?
I have no idea. Right now, I think it's going to be between Becky and Sasha Banks. And I wouldn't doubt if they wrestle in the pay-per-view too, in Fastlane.
That wouldn't be too bad of a match in itself.
And that between them two, I think it might be a number one contenders match for the belt at WrestleMania between Sasha and Becky. It could be. I'm not saying. I mean, I don't know because apparently from what I've heard, one of the rumors that's been floating online is that Brie's been getting a lot of sympathy because of her sister having neck surgery, and it could be career ending. She's not sure yet. They'll know in like a few weeks or a few months, I think, something like that. So, they're going off of that, which to me doesn't make sense because she was a heel, and then now it's a turn again. It's oh my lord! It's like they're restructuring the whole Divas division again, and it's like they got those NXT talents, Sasha Banks, Becky, dying to just showcase what they got, and they're still throwing in, Brie and Alicia Fox, and did you watch the segment too with Sasha?
Oh, with Tamina, coming down, like, oh yeah, we still sisters, and like midway through the match, like, oh, I don't need you anymore. What was that? Well,
speaking of that, it was because later on it ended up being Sasha and Becky anyway.
Yeah,
but before Becky even came out, it was when the beautiful and dangerous Tamina and Naomi came out and said, we're still sisters, like you said, and then they ended up jumping Sasha at the end. So obviously that little duo, they're going to be on their own. Sasha's not involved in it anymore, so jumping around all over Raw, but there was just a lot of things that was just weird about Raw. I liked Raw. I mean, I liked it. The matches were good, but I don't know where they're going with any of the things that's going on. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll all get together and it'll make sense. And hey. So one of the other things that happened was Big Show versus Eric Rowan.
Short match,
of course. Well, they ended up jumping Big Show, and obviously Bray wasn't there again because of what's going on with Blackjack Mulligan, their grandfather.
Oh yeah.
So it was just a beatdown. That's all that was.
I mean, it gave a chance for Luke Harper to be at the helm.
Yep.
And to me, it looked like that's where he should be. So.
Yeah. The other matches happened. Like I said, the Brock and Triple H thing that happened backstage. Then there was another match with Dolph and Kevin Owens. Why do they keep booking that match?
I don't know what the point of it is either. It's like they have nothing to do with each other. There's no feud. There's no storyline. I mean, I think Kevin Owens has beaten Dolph Ziggler more times than Dolph Ziggler has beat Kevin Owens. Right.
So why do they keep going with this? I don't get it. There's nothing there.
Do you think it falls into like the category of Kalisto Del Rio? Why are they keep doing it?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yep. So the main event actually on Raw, it was Roman and Dean versus the New Day. Of course, the winner being Roman and Dean, which I thought that was a good match. It was decent. They have to stop giving New Day so much freaking mic time. I am so done with them. They're so corny. They can't do anything. And then actually, there was a little Twitter feud between Big E and Matt Hardy. You heard about that, right?
Basically, everything Matt Hardy was saying that that the unicorn horns looked like what? A dildo, I think it's
Something like that.
Which is no different than what you and I were joking about before we started doing this. Was we knew that's one of the first things we busted on the New Way about, and we're just being us.
Yeah.
But I mean, when a champion from another company is calling you out like that, and it was a comical little exchange, so I'm sure there's like no hard feelings there, but
yeah, it's true.
Matt Hardy is right. I mean, but if you notice though, they have stopped wearing them. They have stopped wearing the unicorn horns.
Have they?
Yeah, they didn't have them this week
on Raw.
Yeah, they didn't have them.
Oh.
And they need to lose the freaking Rainbow Bright type freaking intro thing they had. Intro video.
Yeah, it looked like one of those My Little Ponies.
Yeah, it's like a little mashup. My Little Rainbow Bright.
Yeah. So anyway, so during that match between Roman Reigns and New Day, Brock Lesnar came down. Ended up F5 and Dean.
Okay.
Didn't touch Roman, but gave an F5 to Dean. Now, granted, the reason why he gave it to Dean was because of what happened earlier. But still, Roman Reigns was still right there. He still could have did something with him. And this is why I think they're going to tease a thing where it's going to be Dean versus Brock at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he did not touch Roman at all. At all.
Right.
He just went after Dean. And granted, yeah, it was because of what happened earlier on Raw. But, you're fighting for a number one contendership against Dean and Roman, who are both there, and you only F5 Dean, didn't go after Roman. So, I don't know. I might be overthinking it, but it does look like that's what they're going to set up. They're trying to set up for is Dean versus Brock at WrestleMania.
I agree. But you think it sends a message to Reigns, like, his worth? Like, obviously we know it's predictable that Reigns is going against Triple H. It's just evident the way the way it's been booked, the way it's presented.
Right.
I get it from where Brock only F5 and Dean because of the way Dean treated him in the opening of the show.
Right.
I get that, but I mean, again, why didn't he go after Roman?
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, maybe something will be done tonight on SmackDown. Maybe we'll see it on Raw. I don't know. I hate second guessing things, and it's just like I said, Raw was very complex this week as far as what was going on. It was just really hard to know who was what. Why are they doing this? Okay, wait a minute. Then they did this last week. It was this again, and I enjoyed the show. It's just I was trying to, I guess, pay attention too much on where they were going with it, and it just didn't look right, or it didn't look natural to me, I guess. So like I said, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see what happens next week, and I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe they'll have everything put together. Could be. All right. So now our next segment is overrated and underrated.
Oh,
okay.
boy.
Those who haven't listened to the show yet, basically all I do is I give Ron 5 wrestlers, and basically we just cast judgment on whether they're overrated or underrated. It could be a new school wrestler, it could be an old school wrestler, it could be wrestler from the Attitude Era, it could be a wrestler from the 60s, it could be one of the wrestlers now that people know about. But it just gives us a chance to discuss on, whether they're overrated or underrated. Are you ready, sir?
Oh boy, let's see what happens this week.
Alrighty. Alright, my first one is D'Lo Brown.
Oh, you're listening to the real deal now.
Overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
Okay.
Underrated. I had to think about that for a second because I was kind of torn. So I apologize for being a little silent. He was Good. I mean, I was into him back when he was with the Gangsters and Smoky Mountain Wrestling. That's when I first got introduced to him.
Yeah.
He wasn't D'Lo then.
No, he was. Oh my god, I forgot. It was the tip of my tongue. I just had it.
Right, but I mean, that's how long I've been into him. So I mean, definitely a mix of over and under. But I'm going to go with overrated. So,
you know what? I don't know where to go with him. I don't know whether to go overrated, and I don't know whether to go underrated. I really don't know. I don't think he was used too much. I don't think he was
used properly.
I think that's what it. You know what? I don't know. I think he really soared when he was with the Nation of Domination.
Oh yeah.
You know, he was European champion, right?
Yes, he was.
And wasn't he Intercontinental champion too with them, or no? No, he wasn't, because The Rock ended up being with the Nation of Domination.
Right.
He was Intercontinental, and I think he was still European, or he was off and on with the European title. I think. I could be wrong, but I don't know where they go. I don't have an answer on if he is overrated or underrated. He's one of the few wrestlers that, you know, if somebody said, yeah, they pushed him, I think he's overrated, and I would disagree. Or if somebody came out and said, you know, they didn't use him enough, or you know, they used him wrong, I wouldn't agree either. You know what I'm saying? He's like in that middle, and I just don't know. I really don't. I mean, if anybody else want to prove me wrong and say he's overrated or underrated or whatever, go ahead. Feel free.
Definitely.
Feel free. Actually, feel free on Facebook. We're on Wrestling POV Podcast at Facebook.com, and we're also on Twitter at Wrestling POV. Hey, if you have anything to say, put it on there, and then we'll get back to it on the show. So what your guess is?
I'm going to go with underrated.
Under? Didn't you say over earlier?
Over. See? But we both fell in that category, because I did say when I was first saying it that I'm torn.
Yep.
So it's like you bring up positive points about him, and you bring up negative points. So, you know.
But that's the thing. I just don't. With him, it's just weird, man. It's just really weird. Okay, my next one is Neville.
Neville. I like him. I think he's got more left to prove from his NXT stuff to WWE, but I'm going to have to go with, right now, overrated until he gets more time.
I think he's underrated.
Well, he's definitely underrated, but I think he's got a little more time. He needs a little more time. More air time. Because you don't see him enough on, you know what I mean? Or maybe I haven't just seen him enough. I mean, I've seen him in NXT numerous times. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Awesome worker. He does moves that, you know, almost people from AAA couldn't do.
It could be the storyline, too.
Yes.
That could be exactly good. To me, he's in an improper storyline. You know, I mean, if the one thing WWE's got to understand, or if it's Vince's call, what he's got to understand is that, you know, he can't treat and do the Rey Mysterio approach. You know, that he's the underdog. Oh yeah, he's an underdog because look how small he is. It's like, oh come on, give the guy a break. That's why I say he's in the wrong storyline right now. So I think he's underrated. I really do. And actually in NXT he was overrated because he was always on. He had a good storyline though, but he was overused in NXT. In WWE in the main roster, I just think he's underrated. He's not being used enough, and he's not in the proper storyline. So that's just how I go on it. Now I got a women's wrestler. Okay, I'm not saying diva because if I walked up to her and called her diva, she'd probably punch me in the face.
I probably laugh. I would laugh. But
it's Victoria. Underrated or overrated?
Underrated.
I'd said the same thing. I said she was very, very underrated. She was good in the storyline with, I think it was Trish Stratus at the time, and they just, I don't think they used her properly either. She's another one too. So,
and I don't think she was used properly anywhere she worked, whether it was WWE, TNA, you know, the Indies. I don't think she was ever properly used.
Yeah, she was really good worker. Really good worker. She can play a heel. She can also play a really good baby face too. I think more of a heel though.
Right.
She was better off as a heel than she was a baby face. So,
right.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely underrated for sure. So, all right, now my next one. CM Punk.
Overrated.
That was me too. Overrated. Very overrated. there's a lot of things I can say about CM Punk. Only my feelings, and this is only my opinion. If you agree with me, fine. If you disagree with me, fine.
Yeah.
My opinion is he got too big for his bridges, as they say. Now, as a former worker myself, and you too,
Yep.
when the question came out to him, listen, I really need you to put Roman over, and he really didn't want to. What does that tell you about him as a person? Was he right for saying that, or was he like too cocky, for saying that?
I think he didn't give a word I can't say right now about the business at that point. Because that
that's
just proves
true.
that he was about himself. This business is about putting people over, whether it's...
Well, me and you both know that whatever type of match that you are working,
Yep.
You can only look as good as that other person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I want to look good, that person has to make me look good.
Right.
Just the same as I got to make him look good too. And that's how you build a good match. I think with CM Punk, like you said, he was all about himself. He really was. At that point, he was all about himself, and then when the pipe bomb broke out and all this other stuff that he did, and being on Colt Cabana and making that, all those statements and about the WWE, about Ryback and all this other stuff, it really showed who he was as a person too. Was he a good talent and wrestler? Yeah, he was.
Sure.
He really was, but he just got it to his head. He just really got it to his head, and I think WWE was trying to go with that, but kind of failed because of the fact of what happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I definitely agree. Overrated for sure. All right, my last pick. It is the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
Oh, you're hitting close to home there. He's... Davey Boy. I'm not even going to bring up the stuff with the Bulldogs. I mean, that's history. We all know how good that was.
Yeah, but this
As
is
a
Davey
single,
Boy.
Yeah,
as
as a single wrestler.
not a tag team. He was always called the British Bulldog.
100%.
Okay, but we're talking about Davey Boy Smith, the person.
100% underrated and was never used right. He could have been world champion easily.
Yeah.
His matches with Brett over the not even the IC title, because those were great in
They
themselves.
were.
Phenomenal. SummerSlam '92. I don't care how much it gets overplayed, but he could be in your house. Where the WWF title match he had with Brett at In Your House was just as good, if not better, than the Wembley match.
Yeah.
Because there was, at least in that match, there was a face and a heel. There wasn't two baby faces going at it.
Yep.
But
I totally agree with you. I mean, he probably could have been one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time. I'm sorry, he had it all.
You don't have to be sorry, because like I said, you're hitting close to home. That's huge with me and Davey Boy. He had the look.
Yep.
He had the ability to work with anybody, which was evident. He could work just as good with Bret Hart as he did with Diesel or King Mabel, or Bundy when he worked with Bundy and Stud for a bit.
Yeah, and you know what? He also had good mic skills.
Oh yeah, he did.
He had really good mic skills.
Yes, he did. There's one mic skill of his, that was kind of funny, and I think you may know where I'm going with this, is the 97 Royal Rumble when he was walking in. I'm going to win the Rumble because I'm bizarre.
Yeah.
I had to bring that up because it's funny.
Yeah.
Which proves that he didn't care if he had to make fun of himself with himself.
Yep.
And
yeah.
He provided class.
Yeah.
Everything was his.
Now, his son was trying to get into the wrestling business too, wasn't he?
He was part of the Hart Dynasty.
Oh yeah, that's right.
With Tyson Kidd.
Yeah,
they had a couple of runs with the tag straps, and as of recently, he now owns the rights to the British Bulldog name.
Yes,
and his name now is the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Yeah,
and he owns the rights to that.
He owns the rights to that. That's right. That is right. That's awesome. All right, so that's it. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really good 5 names it brought out. So next week it'll be your turn. You come up with the 5. I'll be the one
Definitely.
judging if they are underrated or overrated. And again, if you have anybody else that you have in mind, post them on our Facebook page or shoot us a word on Twitter, and we'll get back to you on it and we'll post it on the show. Up next, we have our Indie Call-Up segment. We have to pay the bills, so here's a word from our sponsor.
Calvary Contracting is a locally owned family business. Our outstanding track record continues because we understand that quality and excellence can be achieved with proper communication and planning. Our commitment to excellence is built on teamwork and the belief that partnering your vision with our experience will lead to sterling results. We specialize in kitchen and bathroom remodels from design to completion, hardwood floors installation and refinishing, or custom tile work. Whether it be home remodeling, restoration, or building out your new office space, how can we serve you? Call us today at 669-6583 or find us at calvaryserves.com. That's 669-6583 or calvaryserves.com, where we work on a higher standard.
And we're back. And this segment right now is the Indie Call-Up segment. This week, we're only going to put one person out there today. I've watched this person. Very, very good. Very talented. Her name, it's a female. That's right, a female. Her name is Vanessa Craven. She is about 6 foot tall. Okay. She debuted it back in 2004. She does have a Twitter. If you guys want to look her up, it's at MT Craven, and it's also the same thing for Instagram. She's also on Facebook at Vanessa Craven at Facebook.com. Really good talent. I love this girl's. I love the different outfits that she has. I was watching a few of the matches. One of the good matches I thought was the best one that she did. Actually, it was against some other wrestler named Lufisto, I think. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly or not. But even she was good. They worked really well together because she was short. And like I said, Vanessa Craven, she's like 6 foot tall, which is tall.
Yeah.
She's tall for, that's tall for a diva. It was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. If I want to be nitpicky a little bit, I think for her to match what's going on with the divas nowadays is she's just got to work a little bit quicker. She has the height, but go a little bit quicker. She's got a lot of good power moves I saw, and I was really, really impressed with. I think right now I can see her in NXT. I think she can work both as a babyface and a heel. Even though most of the matches I saw, she was a heel, she can work that really well. But I can also see her as a babyface too. You definitely check her out. I can see her also, and this is why I want people to check her out, because she can fit in with Tamina, and she can also fit in with Nia Jax in NXT.
Oh.
And actually, that would be a fight I would like to see. Her against Nia Jax. That would be awesome.
They're beastly. They're just ready to you see those two in a dark alleyway. You turn around and you go that way.
You're gonna go the other way.
I'm going back to the
run.
coffee shop now or something.
I'd run.
I'd
go away. No, but
I'd watch it for 5 seconds and run.
But no, she would definitely. Just think about it. Now I know there's the Samoan dynasty right out there, but they can be called SOS, Sisters of Samoa, and that would be an awesome trio right there. See, I just came up with that too, man. I'm good.
Trademark, man.
But no, like I said, I saw a bunch of her matches, and it's like a 10-minute match. I think with Lufisto. And she was even good too, But I just thought for my pick, it was Vanessa Craven. And, it's like I said, she has the look. She's got a really good look for the business. I loved her choice in costumes too.
Yeah. One
of them looked like Iron Man. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to email her and ask her. It looked like she was, paying homage to Iron Man and stuff like that. But it was really, I really dig this chick. She can really change. If they gave her a shot, she could change, some of the divas in WWE right now. You know, I guess she has toured in Japan. She is, I believe, it's from Australia. I could be wrong, but she's got a Wikipedia account.
There you go.
You know, so
I mean, she's out there. Her name's. I mean, you got a Wikipedia. I mean, that says a little bit.
yeah, but you know, still, I mean, I can see she's putting herself out there. You know, for work. She's been working since 2004. So you're giving her 11 years experience. And from what I've seen, yeah, I can see her, you know, I can see her starting out in NXT, you know, but I definitely can see her in the WWE, you know, alongside with Tamina. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I always wish that the WWE would do is have not just a Divas Championship, but do like a tag team, or even do like a U.S. title for women. You know, that way to get, you know, I know it sounds cliche, but you know, give those divas a chance, which is true because they're
need a
talented.
chance.
You know, they do. They need a shot. They're talented, and Vanessa Craven, she can definitely fit in for sure. Without, I think, with a short term in NXT, and then make her way to the main roster. I think so too, especially how tall she is. You know, she towers over a lot of the women that I've seen her fight against. And it's like I said, my only nitpick would be work a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I got a cool question for you about her. Do you think that she could have the same monstrous impact as when Awesome Kong, a.k.a. Karma, came in? You know, that big brute.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
I really do. I think so. I
Yeah.
think so, yeah. Are you kidding me with her size?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But actually, I think isn't Charlotte? No, she's not 6 foot, but I think
She's pretty
Charlotte,
close to it.
Yeah, she's like 5'11", I think.
She's taller than Flair, like her father.
Yeah, no, she's 5'11". I think Charlotte's 5'11".
5'11"?
Yeah. So, but even still, you know, she's still tall, and she can work in the ring. You know, it's like I said. Obviously, she has an eye for gear,
Yeah.
and her gear is right on point for what her character is, and I think she can. Yeah, definitely. I think, you know. But anyways, if you guys want to check her out, she is on Facebook at Vanessa Craven at Facebook. She does. She's also on Twitter at MT Craven, and is also on Instagram. So that is our Vanessa Craven's our indie pick of the week. Now we got Fastlane coming up. Rumors. I mean, anything that you can come up with that. I mean. That's all we have as far as what's going on this week. I haven't really heard anything as far as rumors go.
No. There's been a lot of injuries lately, though.
A lot of freaking injuries.
I mean, you saw the some fans, if you go online, you've seen the picture of Sheamus in a cast. You know, like how that happened. There was no explanation for it, but
There
you know,
wasn't?
I didn't read into I didn't read much about it, if there was. But okay, that takes star power out of a upcoming road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio, we mentioned earlier, has a bad back.
Yeah.
And wasn't there another one recently too?
You know, I thought there was too, but I could be wrong about it. So I'm not gonna say until I know for sure.
Right.
Yeah, there's just been way too many injuries, and I don't know. I'm like waiting for them to start calling up some of these NXT guys, but you know what? They're setting themselves up too for their pay-per-view before WrestleMania also. So yeah, I can get why they're not bringing them up either. You know, I mean, the rumors I heard about some of the NXT guys is they wanted to bring up Big Cass and Enzo Amore. I wish they would, man. These guys have been getting such a big pop lately, and I saw them in Albany, New York. And NXT.
When they were at the Washington Armory, right?
Holy cow, they got such a big pop. And Enzo, he's awesome on the mic. You know, he's like Bray Wyatt. He knows exactly what to say, and he knows exactly how to get the crowd hyped up. You know, they definitely need to be up in the main roster already. There's a couple, I think. Actually, I got to watch NXT for this past week, but I really think that they need to keep Bayley there. Even though a lot of people are saying to keep, to push Bayley on the main roster, I think she's not ready yet. I mean, she's the champ right now, but I think she's not ready for the main roster yet. Only until the feud with, because I know it's going to be Sasha and Charlotte at WrestleMania. only when that's done, then
Right.
bring her in. You know what I'm saying?
Give her a run, give her a test run on the
Yeah.
main roster, see how it works out.
Yeah, but as of right now, I don't think, just keep her there. She's good where she's at.
And she's huge there.
And she's big there, yeah. Just like with Finn Balor.
Yep.
You know, because that's what a lot of people are saying. You know, bring Finn Balor up already. You know,
I think it
it's
would hurt
enough.
him right now.
He's good where he's at, too.
Yeah.
Even though I want to see him, because I'm dying to see what kind of entrance this guy would come out to at WrestleMania on the big stage. Just imagine what kind of pop he would get and what kind of entrance he would have. You know, I mean, because, everybody knows that at WrestleMania, it's always an elaborate entrance
Yep.
for just about every superstar. You know, Triple H, he's always got to have an elaborate entrance. Undertaker always does.
I mean,
Bray
Undertaker's
Wyatt.
given.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt, when he came out to the band that did his song,
Yeah.
I thought that was neat. You know, just imagine what Finn Balor, what his entrance would be at a WrestleMania. It'd be epic. I mean, Christ, even at NXT, when he first came out with the
yeah.
paint, they were giving a "This is awesome" chant even before he stepped in the ring.
Yeah.
And I've never heard that before. Now, actually, you know what? Let me ask you a question. I've heard about this, and a lot of people are saying that it's not a lot of people. Let me correct myself. A wrestler had mentioned, and I believe it was Steve Austin. He made a comment saying that if fans chant "This is awesome," you're not doing your job as a wrestler.
Well, that sounds kind of hypocritical in a
It
sense.
does, doesn't it? That's why I thought I gotta. You know what?
If the crowd, in my opinion, if the crowd's chanting "This is awesome," whether it's your entrance or or stuff happening in the match, that just means the product is getting over.
Yeah.
The wrestlers are getting over, the story's getting over, the moves are getting over. That I think that chant is proper for, stuff that is deserving of that. Like with his entrances are nuts. We remember him from the Indies when he was Prince Devitt.
Yeah.
When he
And
was doing
came
those
out-
same entrances.
Yeah, he did a lot of Marvel, and
His Venom
and
is the best. Oh my god.
and the Punisher one.
Oh yeah.
The Punisher one he did.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, that was so on point. And like I said, he did DC and Marvel. I'll correct myself.
He's a comic
because he came out as the Joker too one time. So. I mean, I gotta do more research on it. I don't know who said it. I know it was a wrestler that said that if the crowd starts chanting, "This is awesome," that you're not doing your job, which doesn't make sense to me. I think, like you said, if they say that means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
To me.
If the crowd reacts in a positive light like that,
Yeah.
that means everybody as a whole, the company as a whole, has done something right.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard this. If hypothetically, if it was Steve Austin, like again, not going to do, not saying it is. You heard those chants when Steve Austin was wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Not as
Yep.
prominent as you do today.
Right.
And mostly because of ECW. But
Yep.
when Austin was doing stuff like that, you were hearing the "This is awesome" chants.
Yeah.
So was he not doing something right? Or was,
Yeah.
going with in a hypothetical sense like that?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but either way, though, I mean, there's a lot that WWE has to do right now on this approach to WrestleMania because, like what you were saying about the injuries and stuff like that, and they gotta have these call-ups from NXT because right now they have a lot of people at the NXT level. They're constantly signing people. Now with the whole Bullet Club being signed too, and they're signing people up from the independent level. That roster is full.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they got to start bringing up some of these guys up already. And to me, I think another name just to throw it out there is Baron Corbin. Mm-hmm. He's been down there for a while, and as a heel, he's like a modern day Undertaker as the American badass. Baron Corbin.
Okay. I can
You
see
know what
that,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And it just adds another good heel to that program because, I mean, I've only seen him as a heel anyway. I think when he first got there, I think he was kind of a baby face, and as time went on, then he became that badass heel, and and right now I know he's waiting for this call up.
Now, is he still teaming with Rhino? Because I know for a
No.
while he was for a good
Yeah,
while
because-
he was teaming with Rhino. I guess to give him some momentum or just get
Yeah, but
broken
I think it was more so because of the Dusty Rhodes Classic or
Okay.
tournament. That
now that's a match I'd actually like to see is Rhino and Baron Corbin.
I think they did fight.
Did they?
I think so.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
that's something I'd really like to see.
Yeah, I think they did, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think they did before they became a tag.
Okay.
For the whole Dusty Rhodes tournament. So, but that's all I have for today. Are you good?
Yeah,
I think
we can
we're all
rock it.
good too. So, next week, everybody stay updated for next week's show. Until then, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Louise Rondos.
We'll see you next week. Love, peace, and hair grease.